A general comment, as I emphasized earlier, at the end of the day, the regulator, the policymaker, the politician really has to use whatever science is available. The science has to inform what is ultimately a policy decision. We might even be able to estimate to some degree some level of risk associated with a particular level in the environment, but ultimately a decision on how that's used then in setting some standard involves acceptable risk, and that really is a decision that scientists can't make but is left in the hands of the policymaker. The point I want to make is that the challenge for the regulator is to look to the future, and what are they going to do in terms of the future, but using the science experience of the past. And that's why, so my comments earlier, I dwelled very heavily on what I viewed as important factors in terms of past exposures that we are now reading out, if you will, in our epidemiological studies. And certainly as I've looked at the data over the last 30 to 40 years, there's no question but what we have made major advances in terms of improving air quality across the United States. To paraphrase one of my friends and colleagues, said the problem we have is that we've never decided on what's the rule for success. And I think that kind of is embedded in that policy decision in terms of the regulator, in terms of putting any new regulation in place or making a change, is, how much more is needed in terms of going lower. And as I said, as I look at it, I see that there's been a lot of changes in terms of air quality over time. I'm not certain where we are on that path in terms of, quote, how much, quote, cleaner it should be, but I think those policy decisions ought to be made not looking just at the information through our little magnifying glass on this issue, but taking a broader view of all the factors that influence human health.